A man wakes up in the middle of the night, gushing blood from his mouth. He stumbles out of his bedroom, looking to see his sister leaning over the washstand in agony. She turns around, revealing that, like him, every tooth in her mouth has been removed. Welcome to the Creature Case Files. Hail and well met, travellers. I am Constant Clearwater, Private Eye and your guide through the Creature Case Files, where we go through some of the most bizarre beasts of the Pathfinder 2nd Edition bestiaries. Today's case is one featuring some of the most repulsive creatures known to mankind. The Tooth Fairy. It goes without saying that these disgusting creatures are renowned around the world for being despicable monsters. I don't think I've ever met someone who doesn't think of them as among the worst of the worst. But it's important to know the facts, so if you ever find yourself face to face with these dreaded creatures, you'll be able to handle the situation. Tooth Fairies are, as the name suggests, a type of fae with a morbid fascination with teeth. They spawn when a child's tooth is buried in a place where the connection between our world and the next is thin. The creatures swarm in gangs, building makeshift pliers and breaking into the homes of sleeping victims. They're no bigger than a butterfly, these creatures can swarm a larger creature with ease. With a casting of the sleep spell, they can keep you nice and still before removing your teeth from your mouth with the surgical precision of a gorilla with a hammer. Once the teeth are stolen, the fae fly away with their prizes, back into the woods from whence they came, to prepare for their next raid. But what do tooth fairies do with these teeth? In the best case scenarios, they decorate their homes with them. Molars for stools, incisors for doors, etc. In the worst case scenario, they leave them for something even worse. Tooth Fairy Monarchs. While Tooth Fairies are, frankly, somewhat moronic and single-minded, Tooth Fairy Monarchs are a truly dangerous creature. Towering over their smaller kin at 3 feet tall, Tooth Fairy Monarchs are created when a Tooth Fairy has the bright idea of eating as many teeth as they can in one sitting. This process causes them to molt into a far more dangerous form, one blessed with a greedy intellect that knows not to share the secret of its metamorphosis with other Tooth Fairies. After all, what is a monarch without its subjects? Tooth Fairy Monarchs usually remain at the home of the fairy swarm, demanding smaller fairies bring them more teeth. They do so under the promise that bringing the monarch teeth will elevate them to the monarch status themselves one day, though the monarch generally eats the teeth it has brought instead. What to do to ward off a Tooth Fairy? There are folk remedies, certainly. Putting a coin under your pillow after losing a tooth to bribe the fairies sometimes works. More effectively, Tooth Fairies are terrified of cats, and even a newborn kitten is enough to scare them away. Perhaps this has something to do with certain cultures depicting the Tooth Fairies as a mouse-like creature. Certainly though, the surest way to dispel a Tooth Fairy is to simply hit it. As a level -1 creature, they don't pose a true challenge to any adventurers, and their monarchs at level 3 can relatively easily be tackled by any well-prepared party. Though, one must be aware that when you slay a Tooth Fairy, it explodes in a puff of foul-smelling plaque, which can be nauseating to inhale. And upon slaying a Tooth Fairy Monarch, it explodes in an eruption of sharp human teeth. That is all for today, everyone. Have you ever encountered one of these dreadful pests? I look forward to hearing your responses. Thank you for attending, and safe travels as always.
Hey GMs, do you run APs and need a place to organize your notes and sessions? Or do you create your own world and need to organize your NPCs and homebrew content? Check out World Anvil, a set of world-building tools that helps you create and organize your campaign setting. Create wiki-like articles, timelines, and even interactive maps for your world, and then use their campaign manager to schedule and organize sessions. Players can join your game to add their PCs and interact with the world in and out of session using the character manager and discussion boards which include play-by-post options. Check it out.